Good morning guys, how are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button and we will go straight over to those charts. So Bitcoin on the 4 hour, we can see we are still in this tightening formation, testing down into the into our little box, our little support box at the moment. Obviously it's not a big move, but we are just in ever small, ever tightening ranges here. So yeah, I believe as I've been saying for a while now, we got to expect a breakout of this range at some point. Stocks looking good this morning. We'll have a look at those in a second, but I think we'll get led by either the stocks or dollar. What I am noticing though is that Bitcoin is particularly weak relative to these stocks, but maybe it's just building up that potential energy. Obviously it is building up that energy. Low vol leads to high vol, so we will be waiting to see whether we have I think whether we have an up day or a down day in stocks today. So maybe Trump will get that bill sent to his desk for him to sign, and then that'll give us an upwards catalyst, or maybe there'll be another spanner thrown in the works, and then we'll have the downwards catalyst. I mean, that's all we've really got to look at really with Bitcoin. Just the taking lead from the stocks and the dollar. So we will have a look at the dollar. This is dollar on the daily. I mean, you can see we are at a level where if we are going to go bullish in the DXY, we kind of do need to bounce here and start making a move back up, because if we do break down from here, then I mean it is clearly just a bearish formation again. We may get a bounce off this downward sloping trend line here. Maybe that will give us a sort of head and shoulders pattern, and then maybe we'll break down from that and end up at our target of 88s. Maybe that's what happened. But yeah, like I said, either we do bounce from here, start to move up, or if we lose this horizontal, there's not really much price wise in between us, between here and then back down to the low 92s. So yeah, we could see that, and then we've always got to play a game of, do we break the 92s, do we play at this area and bounce back up? But it wouldn't look likely. The most likely scenario, if we got down to the low 92s again, it wouldn't look like the most likely scenario was we're going to bounce up. It would look like continuation, try and find the bottom somewhere else, maybe in line with this trend line, maybe around wherever that comes in with price action, maybe around 90, but we'll see. But yeah, again, that is just the downside in the dollar. That is the risk on trade. The risk off trade is clearly we bounce from here, and then take out this recent high, put obviously in a higher low, as in a low, high, low, higher low, and a high and a higher high, and then we're gunning for a higher high, in, well, obviously a confirmed daily uptrend. So yeah, like I said, I think this will decide the direction of Bitcoin. Stocks looking great here as well. We look at this on the 4 hour. Stocks looking great. We are back above that very important level, as you can see, working our way up. Obviously we're at a bit of resistance here, Are we forming an ascending channel that could potentially break down at some point? Yeah, maybe, but we pretty much formed ascending channels a lot of the time really in these stock markets since obviously March. I mean, we were in one for a very long time there, and then one for a very long time here. They resolve and then continue upwards. So are we just in the starting of another one that's going to take us basically to new highs? I mean, maybe, or are we just going to drop out of it at any point now? That will remain to be seen, but obviously it is looking good. This is looking good. I mean, yeah, clearing this obviously level we've got drawn in. This was the next target level that we were aiming for. We've got drawn in from here. Taking this out, and we do pretty much, I mean, the next level is obviously this level, which will probably then hit. But yeah, it's looking like we are basically gonna hold this 3,400-ish level, providing there are no more spanners thrown in the works. I feel this will just keep drifting up. Gold not looking as good. Had a bit of a pullback. From that trend line, as you can see. Obviously, dropping out of here. Well, this is obviously an ascending channel as well. Dropped out the bottom of it, came basically down to the target down here, pretty much textbook, and now, well, it's looking like a bear flag. But do you think this is going to come down, or do you think this is going to put a higher low and start to move up? I mean, that is the question. I guess again, obviously we could draw another trend line in here, trend line, or we could draw a horizontal under there. That would signal more downside, and we could see that. I mean, we could be looking for more downward price action here, but like I said, if the dollar does come down, this will struggle to, obviously will struggle to come down as well. We did see it play out in silver. It was more of a wedge in the channel in here. Lost the support, broke down, and now we're basically all the way back up, roughly where we were, above this horizontal. So it is looking constructive. It is looking relatively good for these markets. Gold silver ratio clearly below 80 as well. So I believe this trend line will be guiding us down, that we've got drawn in here. So that is obviously a risk on trade. Yeah, but our Bitcoin is a bit concerning though, because it is not seeing anywhere near the sort of recovery we are seeing in these major markets. So yeah, I mean, having a little bit of a test down now as well. I mean, at some point we are going to break this range, and I mean, it is very tight now. So it is at the point where we are quite tight, that if we're testing the bottom or testing the top, it doesn't mean we can't just get a sort of a swing failure, or a what do they call it again, a slingshot reversal, where we then break below and then whip our way back up, or we sort of wick above and then wick our way down, wick above, and then slingshot to the downside. I mean, because the range is so tight, I mean, if you look at this top level, it's only like 720. I mean, it's a tiny range, so we could easily see like even a push down, even like a big squeeze down to like this horizontal 10,400, and that could immediately be met with massive buy-in that then breaks us to the upside. We are at that point where we can expect any sort of madness now, because we have got these trend lines in. We are in a very tight formation, and you never know, they could try and swing us one way then the other. So yeah, we've got to watch that both to the up and the downside. So yeah, that is about it this morning. We're not going to go through the stochastics, because you know what I'm going to say about them. I went over them in last night's video. They're not really going to be telling us much more at this point. Yeah, stock market is looking good at the moment. Dollar looking good for us at the moment. So if that makes its way down, and stocks making its way up today, then we'll be looking good. Just a quick look at euro dollar. Euro dollar is obviously in this little channel here. So if we can break above here, then yeah, we'll probably make our way back up to, well, we'll probably go super bullish in this again and come back and test the 1.19s. But if we lose it, yeah, we've got to see if we can get supported in here. But then again, that will start to look like a head and shoulders, and we could see more downside. So realistically, we have got to see what happens in these wider markets today. Yeah, like I said, we're getting a little bit of a test below here. I mean, I can't see it actually breaking down while stocks are up here. I mean, we can break down, but I would expect that to coincide with a down movement, or a prolonged daily down movement in the stocks, even if it's not one big move. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. We will keep an eye on that. And yeah, remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will speak to you guys later on today.